Oh, hi there. It's Grant, the SAT Genie. Thanks for showing up for your learning. Let's take a look at how to use the SAT Study Planner to get some added value to your studies each week. So, first thing, you're just going to have to put in your email. I'll put in mine there. Ooh, see, that was easy, right? And let's keep going. So, we're going to make a plan for our week here. And this part of the assignment, don't let it be a barrier. If you want to take a little bit of time and add some details about why you're excited to get a certain SAT score or how it's going to change your life, absolutely do so. I'm going to do that right now. So it didn't take me very long, and I just might write down where I'm currently at with my SAT goals. So here's a very ambitious student who's going to solve the energy crisis, and their high SAT score is just one of the steps towards them unlocking a new era in human achievement. So do this, and and then everyone will be proud. Unfortunately, I completed 0 reading practice test sections last week, so I don't have an average score there. So I might just do that. How many days did I complete my daily reading practice last week? I'm reading every day, and so I'm doing that. I did 5 days a week. Have I picked articles for my daily reading this week? Not yet. I haven't, but I'm adding it to my list now. So I go ahead and I grab my list and I get my to-do page, and I'm just going to fill that in now. I'm going to say pick articles. And maybe I make this a little smaller. That's kind of crazy. I'm particularly interested in science and energy science. And so I'm just building my to-dos here. I recommend using a cocktail napkin, the back of an assignment you completed a little while ago, or any place that you have some paper ready to go that you can just bring over for this purpose. Just whatever you have at hand. Or even better, put it into your SAT notebook. Okay, if you've got a good notebook that you've been using, you can use that for your to-do list for sure. So let's go. Do you need suggestions for articles for your reading? So I'm going to say I could use some help with that. So I'm going to put email for help on my list. So I'm just going to write down like a quick to-do email for articles. And that email's really fast to send me. You just say, hey, Grant, I'm interested in, or whatever you want to call me. Hey, Mr. Jennings, I'm interested in learning a bit more about energy science. And if you know anything like good sci-fi on the topic, I'd be interested in reading that too. Send me that email and then I'll send you stuff back. It's great. So how many SAT reading test sections will you complete this week? I am going to do 1, and I'll talk about my personal commitment to this in a minute. Have you scheduled your reading and writing practice in your schedule yet? No, but I'm going to actually say yes here, and this is what you're going to do. You're going to go ahead and open up in Google, just like go into the waffle in Google Chrome and open up calendar. I'm not going to open up a fresh calendar. Here's my calendar with all my stuff that's already in there turned off so you can't see it. All right. And now let's talk about how to set up your Google Calendar for success. So I'll show you what I would do here. I'm going to put in an appointment for Monday at 8 a.m. This is school. My school, I'm a school teacher. And so like you are school students, I'm a school teacher. And I'm at school from 8 until 2:30. Okay. So I'm going to put that in. It does repeat, so I can put that in every weekday. Bloop. All right. And I could change the color of it. Yeah, gray sounds fine. Okay, save. So now I know, don't schedule stuff around there. But one thing that I could do is now I want to go back here and it says, have you scheduled your reading and writing practice time into your schedule yet? So I'm going to go ahead and do that. This coming weekend, the Saturday, I'll be pretty free. Even the Sunday is even better. So I'm going to do an SAT practice test. I'm going to video the whole thing, and I'm going to do the whole thing as an SAT practice test on that time in the morning. I might not start at 6. Let's start at 7. And this will probably move around, but at least I've got it scheduled. Once I have it like committed to a time, then I'll budget an hour for that. So I'll do SAT practice test on the Sunday. Okay, save. So I'm going to be doing my SAT practice test then, but then I also want to just make sure that I have a reminder to do my reading each day, even just 15 minutes here. Okay, I'm going to put that in because it's very important to me. Daily reading. And I'm going to change the color so that it really pops in my schedule. I'm going to make it a peacock color because it's just that important that I would be willing to make it peacock. So I boop. Oh, but I want to do that every day because it's so important to my progress. So instead of does not repeat, I'm going to say every weekday. I'm going to do my daily reading and then just get a little bit of reading in the morning. I might be reading on my phone as I'm eating my breakfast. That's why I put it at 7 o'clock, because I can count on eating breakfast at that time. All right, so it's a good time for me to do my daily reading. So now and I know when I'm going to complete my reading practice this week. Cool. Section 2, writing. How many writing press sections? Yeah, I didn't do any. What was your average score? And I didn't have an average score because I didn't do any, but I will be doing one this coming week. Now, when would you be doing, how many days did you journal about your reading, create SAT grammar questions, or other practice? I did that about 3 days this past week. Not about, I can think of the days when I did. So it's 3 days I did the SAT writing practice. What will you focus on this week to improve your SAT writing score? To improve my SAT writing score, I am going to focus on my speed on SAT questions. And I'm going to focus on that speed while I do the practice test. So that's the main thing. Okay, cool. Now, let's talk about math. Great. We're going to get mathematical. How many math practice sections did you complete last week? 1. I did. What was your average percent score? I got 100% on that math section. How many days did I complete my daily math practice last week? Actually, I was doing daily math practice on quadratics every day since Tuesday. So that's 4 days. But I did the practice yesterday, so 5 days. Cool. Very happy that I'm doing that. How many days did I complete Delta Math practice? 1 day. I did some Delta Math today. Okay. What topics on Delta Math will I focus on? I'll focus on Heart of Algebra Foundations. Cool. Great. And that's the homework assignment, is to focus on your foundations in Heart of Algebra. And then what topics am I working on my daily math practice? This week, I'm going to shift topics. I was working on quadratics. This week, I'll focus on challenging line from 2 points questions of the form A over B, C over D, going to like another point with rational numbers. So I'm going to learn. I don't really have this skill mental math wise. It's a little too much for me to hold on to in my mind, but it is what I recognize as like another frontier. I can build that. And some of you have this goal this week of learning to reduce fractions very effectively. Well, look at that goal, eh? Look at that goal up there. If you did that, you would reduce fractions very well. If you work from this one to like an EF over GH. Okay, how many math practice sections? Yeah, I'm going to do 1. That's in my practice test. Have you scheduled your math practice into your weekly schedule? So I might add it as like a to-do list, or I might go up in here and say, actually, I kind of do my math practice during school. Like I just find a little bit of time. So I'm going to put it in at 11 to 11:15 because that's when I'm having lunch at school. And that's a good time for me to do daily math practice. This is so important. I'm going to color it Basil. Or do you say basil or basil? And I'm going to do it every weekday. Yeah, save. See, my stuff is scheduled now. I know when I'm going to be doing my practice. They're little chunks that I can use to be just building some great habits. And I've got one like super study session on the Sunday where I'm going to do an SAT practice test. I'll film it. You'll get to see my live score as the Blue Book. I installed the Blue Book app recently. So I'm going to do that. Yes, I know when I can practice math this week. Great. Now, if I have any questions, any topics that I want to cover in group class this week, well, of course, energy science is very interesting to me because it's the next frontier. So can we talk about the evolution of energy sources in history and presently? That would be a great topic as like one of the big topics that we can look at. Do you have any questions about your SAT prep this week? Nope. I'm good. Or you can ask me your question there, or email me is even better. Now go and make it happen. I deserve to make it happen. So then I click submit. Select all the squares with motors. Are you kidding? Boop, 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 boop. I'm not a robot. I hope I proved it to Google. Yeah, it says my. So that's how it's done, folks. So you can also like in your calendar, of course, if you've got other things that are going on, you've got teams and stuff, like schedule them out, and then you know where you can schedule things around. You could also put in like a dedicated SAT study session there, or our classes should go in here too, right? Like we meet at 8 o'clock on Tuesdays, so you put in SAT sweet spot class, right? Put that in, repeats every week, and then you copy that and put it over here on Saturday as well, 2 o'clock. Okay, everyone. So I hope that helps you understand how to use this tool, how quick it is to do, and helps you get some extra value out of your studies every week. Any questions, as always, hit me up by email, and I remain your faithful SAT servant, Grant the SAT Genie. Thanks for showing up for your learning, everybody.